education, law enforcement, policies, human rights, children, abuse, gender equality, race, religion, politics, government, sex, legal, justice, democracy.
Because
every
issue is a woman's issue. Hello everyone. We're here again with our third episode of Towards Article 29. As we told you, Article 29 is an article in the Guyana Constitution, our foremost law, that says we're aspiring as a country, as a people, towards gender equality. And we believe that if we are to achieve gender equality or get further than we are, that we have to examine some of the questions and issues that keep women from advancing towards that goal at the pace that we should be advancing. And so we are discussing some issues that haven't been spoken about before, that people are not talking about in the country. And we hope that by doing that, we're going to spark conversations, introspection, and deeper thought for everybody, not just for women. So today we're talking about photographs, particularly nude or semi-clothed or photographs or videos that women take, and why they take them, the power that gives them, and the power that we give away when we disseminate those pictures or share them with anyone. And so I have again co-hosts of this program, two very young ladies. I'm very proud of the fact that they are stepping forward and helping our country make this advancement in this way. Martina Hoalim and Sheena Henry. So girls, this is one of those, like we said, uncomfortable issues.
Yeah.
And I'm very happy that people are actually paying attention to the program. So nude pictures, semi-clothed, fully clothed, but visible pictures. Have you ever taken?
I have a few times. Why? I think in that moment I was probably feeling a little naughty. I was feeling myself on another occasion. It's about the mood and how you feel at that time, you know. So yeah, I did take nudes. Well, selfie pics, sexy selfie pics. Sorry.
Yeah. Have you?
I have. I've taken because, I loved how my body looked, and, it wouldn't stay this way all the time, and, we would want to reflect, especially after passing a certain mark. So, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, so a lot of people have taken nude photographs or semi-nude pictures. I took really nice pictures, I thought. I've lost them all. Of when I was pregnant. So you mightn't think that's beautiful, but I thought that was beautiful. I thought my belly and that I was growing a whole human, and I thought it would be nice for them to see when they came out. And I knew I wouldn't stay pregnant, so I wanted to have those. I've lost all through a delete. Still a painful episode for me to talk about. But so I too have taken pictures that were not meant for the public, and thankfully have not gone into the public domain. And that's what we could do, and that's the whole thing. We shouldn't be, because someone else is going to do something or likely to do something illegal and embarrassing, or with a view to putting us in our place, whatever place they think that is. We shouldn't be constricted and restrained by that. So that's the whole thing. We're not here telling you don't take nude pictures or semi-clothed pictures. Yeah. You took it because you were feeling yourself. So why did you take?
Well, at the moment I was feeling myself. I thought I looked cute. I wanted to be naughty with my partner. I wanted to share a personal moment. And oftentimes, anytime we take these pictures, it's not meant for the public eye. It's for our own personal reason between ourselves, and sometimes extend to the person we're with. Yeah, at that time, it was just something that I did because I was feeling myself. I wanted to take it out. I like how it looked. I pressed send to him, not to the public. Yeah. So that's why I took mine, basically.
Yeah.
I took, like Martina would have said, I also loved how my body looked at the time. And I had in mind that I would not always have the same physique, even though I mainly do at the moment. Yeah. And, minister would have said, having children and all of these things changes
Changes.
your body. Even as you come into your grown womanness, you will, add or shed a few pounds. And so I wanted to just capture that moment. And, you have your reasons and I had mine, and other women will have their own reasons. Some of them will, for the sake of adding spice to their relationships and so on. Yeah.
We were in a relationship, and I guess he was away for a couple of days, and I wanted to do something to surprise him, make him, keep the relationship going, excited, whatever. So I took a picture, a snap of myself in a mirror, and I sent it to him because I thought that was the best thing to do, keep your relationship spicy. Because sometimes we are in that moment, we feel, sexy as a woman, whatever the case is, you're feeling yourself, whatever the case is.
Yeah, the human body is something to be appreciated. I mean, even back in the days, the art forms and so on, it was, when we look at them now, they are nude with the private parts exposed and so on. So
Yeah, they are.
from since beginning, I think the human body is one that has been examined and celebrated and appreciated
And
in
all the
different forms.
just to be clear, all those pictures in the and models and statues and stuff in the Louvre, they're all of very voluptuous women.
Yeah.
So that's what people found like her. People found very attractive. In Fiji, I just saw a clip the other day. These reels that play. In Fiji, they consider
Plus size women.
Yeah,
they don't have
right.
they don't have skinny women. They have women who have bodies that
plus size.
North would consider, may consider, or has been portraying to be too much. So I say all women are beautiful. If you're thin, if you're not thin, if you have boobs, you don't have boobs, like we're all so beautiful.
In
And
our
that's
own
the
way,
and that's part of the beauty, that we're also different also.
And all bodies deserve to be celebrated.
And we should celebrate our bodies, and we should, and if you think that that's one of the ways you can celebrate your body, which is to photograph
Capture that
it and
moment.
capture it for longevity, then you should not be disallowed from doing that. My thing though would be your body and what it looks like and how you feel about it, and how you capture it has a lot of power for you to feel good, to feel empowered, to feel beautiful. But when you share that, if you're not absolutely certain that it is not going to be disseminated, then you give up the power to decide what to do with your naked picture. And that's the little nuance with celebrating your body by taking nude pictures. You can and you should if you want to, because in that comes a lot of power, a lot of feelings of beauty, a lot of empowerment. But you're giving up that power when you give it to someone who you can't be sure would not be exposing you. And that's what we're talking about. Maintaining the power over who sees you naked, when they see you naked, who gets your image, when they get that image, how they get it, what they do with it. Keeping the power in your possession over that. So it's really about you maintaining power.
You no longer have control of what they do with it after you press that send. You have no control anymore. So take them, just don't send them. Okay? That would be my advice to women. You can take how many nude pictures you want.
Think you're safe. So now we come to the part where your picture is out there. What happens then? How do you feel? How do you cope? And those sort of issues. So,
but sometimes it's not someone. So sometimes it's not someone sharing it deliberately. We have caught 2 teachers and took them to court and fired them because their phones got left in the bus or lost in a bus. Somebody found the phone and then saw them with school children. And that's a crime, of course. So sometimes it's not someone leaking deliberately. They lose their phone, somebody gets into their phone and it's leaked. Sometimes it's the spouse or partner of the person you're with who says, oh, you got my man? Well, I'm going to do this to you. So sometimes it's not just, the person. So women do this to women too, and that's horrible.
So last year, I received a message from a friend saying that you're in the underworld. And I thought, well, just a regular video or somebody did something, attach my head to somebody's body or something like that. So I went and I took a look at what was in the underworld. And that's when I noticed that it was me, a picture that I taken 10 years ago and sent to an ex of mine. And it was devastating to see that after all these years, because it was me completely nude. So I know that I took that picture in Guyana in 2014 in an apartment that I was renting at the time, and I was with him for a period of time. And he said that he did not leak this picture at all. He said that wasn't him. He never leaked the photograph. He don't know how it got out there, whatever the case is. And I'm like, you're the only person that ever received that picture. So how is it that you don't know how it got out there? So he keeps saying that it wasn't him.
There's a lot of revenge that comes with it. Like when you look at most of the reasons, 9 times out of 10 is because of revenge.
Yeah, but look at the disparity with how the females are being treated and compared to the man whenever a nude is leaked.
And that's a
male
stereotype.
nude leak, it's no big deal. Oh, that's him, we move on. A female nude is leaked and
She's a slut.
everybody
she gets
comes down on
shamed.
her. Like,
She's
why,
a whore.
yeah.
Why did she take it?
Yeah.
She looked for the, and all that. And that's what and I'm not addressing that today. You don't look for anything, by the way. We don't invite assault and abuse onto ourselves. You never do. It doesn't matter
you're
whether
wearing.
you annoyed the person, whether you're wearing something short, whether your nudes are leaked. So we never invite abuse onto ourselves, but we do have control over what we do. Now, would you, now that we are in this era where we've seen some of this happening, would you
I wouldn't.
share your
I
nude
wouldn't.
pictures?
I think you could never be too safe, even with how advanced our phones are with iOS or both Android and iPhones. They come with certain security features that will allow a special pin or specifically your face to unlock this hidden album or this special album. But even then, things have a way of manipulating your phone, whether you know it or not, and things could easily get out.
Yeah.
No matter how safe you think you are.
For me, I don't think it's a matter of whether I will or will not do it. Obviously, being on the safe side, you will say, I am not going to do this. But think about the technological age we live in. And it's so easy for us to get a nice self rather than having to go to a professional and getting your stuff done, right? So it's thinking about consequences of your action. If I am doing this, I need to make sure that whatever else is being done is done I safeguard myself, So I don't think I'm at that point where I say, I'm going to say, don't do it or do it. I am thinking, just think about consequences. Your action has consequences and if you're going to do it, just remember that
There's a risk.
Yes. Yeah.
But would you send it?
To my partner?
Yeah, no, tell me. Yeah.
I trust my partner. I would send it to him. I know we say that, I am the one who just said, things are rosy, and then next thing you know, and it could
Stuff
be the
gets leaked,
person being vindictive. But yeah, I'm in a place where I'm comfortable with sending my sexy pics to my partner. Yeah. I would.
Yes, I think I would. No, but I would not send them again, but definitely is going to take them. Definitely.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm saying. There's a range of things. I am very personal, so anything I take stays in my phone. But then I've also had the phone in my hand, walking around, and and this happened to me like more than once. The phone is blowing up, and I was like, what? And then I realized I posted something by accident. Not something racy or anything, but not a deliberate post.
Yeah.
I remember this distinctly. We took the children swimming one Sunday, and I was not, we took the children swimming at a private place, and I was in shorts and my pajama top, and I didn't even realize that went up. Because the phone was in my hand. No, there was nothing revealing or anything about it.
I know,
but I'm just saying,
it got
I
out
didn't.
without you intentionally.
It was posted on my page by the phone being in my hand. So sometimes, You know, you have these
Glitches.
yeah, or you share someone's post by accident. Y'all never
Yeah.
did that.
Yeah.
Or you like
Liked,
somebody's post by accident and so on. And we have had a couple of things here. Now, this is a crime. So I want you to be very clear. So we have a cybercrime act here, which goes too far in some cases for me. But it's very clear that the dissemination of nude photographs, the usage of computers with or devices with computers. So all these cameras and so on, phones, tablets, all these are defined in the act as computer. The uses of any of those to embarrass or hurt or intimidate or harass someone, those are all crimes. They carry hefty fines and jail terms because we want to take this seriously. And I am aware of some women who have taken the bold and courageous and beautiful step of making sure this goes through the system, court and police, and fight back against that. And today we are going to meet one of those women. And I'm very glad to be able to sit down with her because her story is powerful. So we're here with Lenise Bopsempo, who has all of my respect for 100 different reasons, including the fact that, and particularly the fact that she's used the court and she's utilizing the law enforcement systems to right a wrong that happened to her. And the wrong is that her ex released her and has been and continued to release her nude photographs. So Lenise, thank you very much for talking to us. This is not an easy issue, and I didn't think you'd want to come on camera. So when I offered you to come, I said we could pixelate your face, and you said no. My face is already out there as well as half of my body, so I'm not interested in it being pixelated. And so thanks a lot, because for me this is not an issue for you or me. This is like so many people struggling with this and dealing with it, and I think this could really shed some light on where girls want to be with these particular issues. And so thanks a lot for coming forward. So what is your story?
All right, so before I start, I must say thank you for having me and allowing me to tell my story. A few months back, that was last year in June, so it began June 28th. I'll never forget. My ex was able to hack into my Facebook via my SIM card, and he posted all of my nude photos and even I would say explicit sexual videos of myself and him on various social media platforms, my Facebook account, on Telegram, on porn sites, and even on this OnlyFans. So he created his own OnlyFans account with my name as if it was me.
Yeah.
And he posted the videos and the nudes on that.
Right. So tell me, you had a good relationship with this boy. I mean, you were going out with him, you had a relationship with him. A romantic relationship. This is your boyfriend.
Yes.
Was it good? Was it a good relationship?
At the beginning it was. Yes, it was. At the beginning, the honeymoon phase, and then everything went left.
So he was he otherwise abusive before I get to that part? Like, did he hit you? Was he emotionally abusive and so on?
Everything. Emotionally, physically, mentally, verbally, yes.
Right. So how did he get your SIM?
Okay, so I was at his home one evening. So I went to take a bath, and when I came out, my phone was actually... No, I was with my phone, sorry. So I was with my phone, and when I came out now, he was like, he would like to see my phone. So I said no. But at this point, I was in the bathroom talking to my friends about him. Because they did not like him, right? So when he asked to see the phone, I refused. Because he was the type of person, he would go into my mom and I chats and my friends chat.
Right. I take it your mother didn't like him either.
No,
so in that chat, we'd see things about him, and that's what you were trying to prevent.
Exactly. So I refused, and he went from 0 to 1,000. I won't even say 100. And he started to curse up and, he went on a tirade saying I'm hiding. Probably I'm talking to some other guy and I'm hiding it from him, which I told him no, but I just don't want you to go into my phone.
But he's not supposed to. I mean,
Well, he thought he had all rights to. So, it escalated from that, and his mom was actually in her room. So he was so loud that she came down to the back and she was trying to figure out what was going on. And he was cursing and going on. And at that time, I just came out the bathroom. So I was getting dressed because she was in the room. And then one thing led to another. And when I already got dressed and stuff, and he asked me one more time, I was like, no, I'm not going to open my phone. And then he started hitting me to my face. So then after that, that night, I mean, I know my parents, they may see this. So they're now going to hear about this because I did not tell them. I think I told one person and I didn't tell nobody else because it's embarrassing. And then many times being a victim of domestic violence or abuse, people tend to say, oh, what did you do? Or why would he do that to you? And they start blaming you first and then you face the whole victimization. I was embarrassed too because my parents didn't like him. My friends didn't like him. And then to know something like that happened again, it was quite embarrassing. But after that, he picked up my phone. He actually blamed me. So he told me.
No, what was the thing you were going to say that your parents didn't know?
Oh, about what transpired that night.
Oh.
So okay. They're going to know now. They didn't know, so now they're going to know. So after the whole abuse and the hitting and
his mother was right there?
Yeah. So she literally said, and I quote, she was like, you're going to kill her now? Because he had me to the wall and his arm was literally to my neck. And she began biting him on his arm to get him off of me. And the crazy part about that, I'm jumping, but I'm going to come back. When I went to social media with this, when he started posting, he literally posts the bite marks on his arm on his Facebook, and then he said that I was the one that
was biting him,
that did that to him. And I did not say anything because, again, I was embarrassed. I was not going to go on Facebook and defend that or say no. He was beating on me. His mom bit him to get him off of me, and hence he with those marks. So he was like, oh, I'm the abuser. And my ex is like 2 times me or 3 times me. He was a power lifter. So how am I physically abusing you? But back to that night. So he took my phone. He pelted down on the ground, shattered it to pieces, and then he took my SIM card out of my phone and he placed it into one of his phones. And with that, he was able to reset all of my social media platforms.
Right. Just
type in the name or the email and he clicked forget password and they sent.
So that's how he got your social media
and access into my Google Photos, which had my my nude photos.
So let's be clear, you'd never send this to him?
Never.
You didn't take out your pictures and say, I'm cute, look at what you're missing tonight, and send it to him?
No.
So you took these pictures. Why did you take the pictures?
I don't know. At that time I was feeling cute or sexy, if I can say sexy.
Yeah.
So I was feeling myself. So I took the photos and it left there. So it was like an impromptu thing. I look cute, snap, and then it's my phone. So it's
and your body and your pictures.
Yes.
So I want to be clear. When I asked her why she took the pictures, it wasn't me judging her taking pictures. It was me asking her because so many of you take pictures for different reasons. And so I was just trying to get her reason. Why did you take it? And you're saying simply because I felt like I look hot. I wanted to take my pictures. So you didn't send these pictures to him?
Never. Because he even posted photos from back 2019. We didn't even share a relationship in 2019. So I snipped those photos. I completely forgot them in my phone. And he went on a deep dive. Right. So he gathered all the photos, my banking. It wasn't even photos, like my banking information, my ID card, my passports, everything like that. And He downloaded it. I don't know if it's to his phone, his laptop. I don't know what he was using because he went into the room and he locked up in the room for like hours and he was having a grand time.
Right. So he got your pictures and then did what with them?
He got my photos and then I would say he kept it and he waited for the right time, which was his right time. Because a month after, I found a memory card, that is. And something that some Milanese searched for this boy memory cards and checked through them. Because he would have left and went on the road and I was in the house, in his room. And I knew that he had like a pile of memory cards. So I began my own investigation and I started searching. And I found like multiple memory cards and flash drives and stuff like that. I checked a few flash, there was nothing on it. I checked a memory card and there was like literally files. And I can't remember the names, but he named these files. And then when you went into the files, it's like a whole ton of nudes from women from the quality of the photos, you can tell it was from like a few years back and stuff like that. And
His
then,
exes, people you knew to be his exes and so on?
two young ladies that I knew to be his exes and others, I don't know them. But there was like their videos and their pictures and their bank card information. And then I saw videos, sexual videos that I knew that we never did any sexual videos, at least to my knowledge. So,
with you and them?
yes, myself and him. So, and he had it in a file and it was like over 8,000.
Oh, geez.
Because for each of them, it was like, it stopped up to like 3 or 4 minutes. So he purchased a device. It was an alarm clock. I thought it was an alarm clock until my discovery of the memory card. And it had a secret cam inside.
Oh, Lord.
And that dated back since 2023. So he got to hack into my phone and obtain my nudes in last year. But in 2023, he took it upon himself to get this secret cam because he know I don't send notes to him. So he have to find some other outlet in obtaining them.
So he was recording your sexual activity with him. That's consensual. That was consensual.
The sex was consensual.
Sex was
yes.
consensual. But the recording, you didn't even know that alarm clock had.
No.
So how'd you know? Based on the location?
Yes,
From the
because
picture.
the dresser is right here and then the bed, and that's how I knew.
Right.
But I saw the alarm clock and I was like, well, what is this? And he said it was just a clock. You would never know it had a secret cam inside. But the name, I think it had webcam or something cam. That file, that was some camera webcam or something like that. And the thing that got me pretty upset that I said, you know what? Because at that time, our relationship we wasn't together. I don't know if you know that phase that you wasn't together, but you're trying or whatever. So in that memory card now, there was some videos from his car, but the dash cam was facing outside. So I was a bit skeptical because I wanted to know what was it videoing. So when I started listening to the audio, you cannot see nothing, but on the road, you cannot see what's going on in the car. It was him and some young lady having sex in the car. And
that's during your relation, the currency of your
No,
relationship.
that
That
was-
was an on and off.
Yeah, that was the on and off time that he was harassing me and telling me that if he see me with anybody, what he's gonna do and yada yada yada. But while the stuff that he was accusing me of, he was doing. So that just ticked me off, and that was my final straw. Because how can you be stalking me, accusing me, and making my life live in hell, and you're doing the said thing that you're accusing me of? So when I saw
So
that,
he's clearly his fetish or whatever is into recording activities or people and storing that and
Yes.
possibly using it. So that night he was beating you. His mother had to come. He went off into his room. You stayed that night?
yeah, I did not get to leave because they don't want me to leave because I wanted to go to the hospital. And I think the protocol for the hospital, if you go in for domestic abuse, or they ask you how you got probably marks or the swelling to your face, and you said, well, hey, my boyfriend hit me or stuff like that, it needs to be reported. I think it is. I think that's a protocol. So he did not want that.
Mm-hmm.
So his mom was like, oh, she cannot find her keys. All of a sudden, she can't find his keys.
Mm-hmm.
And he did not want me to go to the police.
Okay.
And remember, I don't have a phone now because he damaged my phone.
So after that night, were you together?
Yes, we were.
So
Not
you still made up?
together. I wouldn't say it's made up because his mom was like, all I had to do, again, the whole narcissistic blame game. And I felt as though it was my fault because I always got wrong. And she was like, all I had to do was give him the phone. And he was like, all I had to do was give him the phone. And now when I sit and I think about it, that was, I don't want to say very foolish of me, but I would say it was very foolish of me. Because even if I do not want to give you my phone, that does not warrant you getting physical.
Absolutely not. No, there's no
Yes.
justification. But I'm saying after that night, you and him still had relations.
Oh, we went to, the mother said we should go to counseling.
So you went
because
to
we both had
counseling.
issues.
Right. Or you both had issues.
Yeah, we were the same thing according to her. So we were going to counseling at that time. And within that time frame, that is like the month after when I was at the home, because that day I think we were supposed to go to counseling. And he left and I did my deep dive or my search and I found the memory cards and I found the videos and that was it. So I took the memory card because it was so many files. I think it was 519 is it gigabytes or whichever one is the highest one, because that memory card had a set of videos, a set of images. So I took it and I take it home to remove all of my videos because I did not want to leave it there and then he still had access to it. But
Of course.
little did I know that was just one. That was just one. And I did not want to take the entire stash of memory cards.
Mm-hmm. So after you found those memory cards, how long did you stay in the relationship?
No, I did not stay. When I found the videos and him having sex with the other girl and you're accusing me of the same thing that you are doing and I wasn't doing it. And you were making my life
so you left.
hell. Yes, and that is when he got upset.
Mm-hmm.
So the videos and the photos that he would have gathered and was waiting for the right time, he then posted it because he was telling me, he kept showing up to my home. And I was like, I am done. This is the end. And when I'm done, I'm done. And he did not like that. So he began sending me, because he told me, he said, if I thought that was the only memory card, like think again. And he starts sending me the other stuff that he had on the other memory card. And he was like even telling me before he started posting, he was telling me because he would have hacked my account already. And he was communicating with me from my account to my other account. But at that time, I did not raise an alarm because he wasn't posting anything.
Right.
So I did not say anything.
So you just thought it was from him to you as a threat.
Yes. So he said he's going to post them and stuff. So I said, yeah, right. Because I did not believe, because he was in the videos, the sexual videos, he was in them. So like, why would you post yourself as well as not me alone? You're
Right.
But he posted them.
So he posted on Facebook, Telegram.
Facebook, Telegram, I think Pornhub.
Did you say OnlyFans?
OnlyFans, and I don't know where else, but for only those places, but multiple Telegram groups. He posted the sexual videos, my notes that I would have taken and stuff like that. He posted. It was.
And so did people start contacting you because of it, harassing you? Did your friends see it? Did your parents see it? What
I have
happened?
my mom on Facebook. I have my dad on Facebook. I have my pastor on Facebook. I have customers that became friends on Facebook, my school teachers and stuff like that. So everyone saw it.
Yeah.
Everyone. And people start contacting me. People was like sending me message, hey, are you okay? What's going on with you? People was like, did you pop a pill? I said, what? Because they never saw stuff like that from me. So they thought I was on some form of
Because
drugs.
of course it's on your account. So they think it's you posting it.
So I said, no, I didn't. I was hacked. So at first I was embarrassed to say who it was. So all I was saying, I was hacked. But he was not. Like, he kept posting one after the other, after the other, and after the other. And then I said, Lenise, it's already out there. You cannot be embarrassed anymore. And the more you keep your mouth shut, it's like you're protecting him.
What was your first reaction when this started
I
happening?
screamed. I'm very dramatic. So I screamed and I began crying. To see myself like that. Like, I never even saw that video. So to see myself like that, and I know the world can see it, because he posted to the public as well. So
Right.
it wasn't only friends.
Right.
It's like who's following you, and if somebody share it, anybody could come on the account and see it. So at that point in time, I just wanted to like end it, because I could not control what he was doing. So I just wanted to end it on my half.
End your life.
Yes.
Well, I'm very, very glad that you didn't. And I hope you see now how that would have just been like the wrong way out.
Yes. And I'm glad that I didn't either, because a lot of women, when I said a lot, like when you think you alone, or at this point in time, like everything is bad for you and you're the only person experiencing life in this aspect, there's many other persons that been through it, probably going through it, or will go through it. So women reached out to me and they said they had the same experience, they're currently going through the same thing. And at that point I said, Denise, you cannot take the coward way out, because everybody that's watching is going to think, okay, this is the right way, or the best way to go is just like end it. And then the person that actually exposed you, nothing's going to come out of it. They're going to continue living life, and then that will be the end for you. My parents, they were disappointed in me. My mom, she was angry. She was upset. And it's quite understandable. It was just embarrassing. It was a whole mixed emotion, mixed feelings. Of course, they were angry because their child is experiencing this, but they was also disappointed in me. They were embarrassed, and like, who wouldn't be?
Right.
So,
And then, you know, in those moments, there are a lot of emotions. I'm so sorry my child is going through this. Why the hell did she put herself in a position to be here? But I also want to catch him and kill him. And I want to heal her and protect her from this. That I could see a whole gamut of emotions from a parent or a brother or a sister in circumstances like that.
yeah. So, it was hard. It was very, 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 very difficult. I was completely embarrassed. And at that point, I just wanted to give up. But I thank God that I didn't. Like there's a saying, you do not know how strong you are until being strong is your only option. So I literally, because some days it still play back, although it's almost a year, some days it still play back in my head. And I literally find myself like in shock and embarrassment. I just bend my head, and then I was like, Denise, no, lift your head up and keep pushing. You're not the first, and sadly, you will not be the last. And he did this because he literally told me, he said, like, I already scarred you, so there's no coming back from this. Everybody already saw you. And
so did people who saw you, particularly men, did any of them try to get in touch with you and say, well, I want a piece of that, and so on?
plenty, many message me on Facebook, message me on WhatsApp, because he did put my number out there in Telegram. And one of his captions when he posted my nude photos was inbox my number. He stated it out there. Sex $17,000. So men began messaging me my business number and telling me, oh, you working today? Are you available on my business number?
Oh, good Lord.
And I had this automatic response. Like, if you message my business, you would get thank you for contacting.
Right.
And
Right.
so they literally thought it was a business, because men, after they got that automatic message, like, oh, this is a business, and how much for the night and stuff like that. It was terrible. It was terrible.
Right. What made you go to the police? Because so many people would not bother with the law, would not. Why did you go to the police? And I'm so glad you did, but why did you go?
I didn't even want to go. So just let me tell you this. After he posted the first few videos, I messaged him. I said, please stop. I do not want to go to the police because it's shameful. I said, give me back my login, and I wouldn't say anything. I would not go to the police. Just leave me alone. And he was like, no. And I said, okay, I have to wipe the shame off of my face, and I need to go and do what I have to do to get justice and to safeguard and protect myself, because he wasn't only posting my nudes, he was even threatening me, stalking me, showing up at my house. Mind you, he just posted when he's going to show up at my house.
Right.
Threatened to kill me. When my dad would visit me in the morning, he would like take a photo of my dad being there and send it to my friends, because he was using my account, and he will tell them, oh, send this to her. So I would know that he is watching me. I don't know if it was to drive fear, well, it was to drive fear into me, but I had to go to the police.
When you went to the police, what was your reception?
I did got help, but you would find some that would not focus on actually helping, but they want to get to know me, quote unquote. What's my number? Oh, they're interested based off of what they would have seen. So yes. So at that point, I myself, I had to keep a firm head and a level head. And thank God for self-confidence and self-esteem, because I don't know what would have happened. Because there was a lot of people just coming. Oh, all of a sudden, you're coming out to the woodwork. Oh, I like you from so long ago, and I want to get to know you. Do I look like I want to get to know anybody at this point in time? No. But I did receive a lot of help, especially when I went to the cybercrime department. Evans, he deal with cybercrime. There was Mr. Coolin. There was peers. They really helped. They did all that they had to. I could remember Evans taking like 7 pages, my statement, like word for word, very detailed. He sat and he took everything, because he said, when this get out there or reach to the court, I want it to be very detailed. So in your words, tell me what happened, the day that it happened, the time that it happened. And I even forgot, because like I mentioned, it was around the clock he was posting.
So very patient with you,
Yes.
I'm very glad. So Guyana Police Force, for these 3 officers, take a big up, because she did say she met officers at other police stations who were trying to exploit the situation. So really glad to hear that the cybercrime unit stepped up for you here. And so that proceeded to court?
Yes, that one proceeded to court. And then, he was granted bail because it was a bailable offense. But the day that he got bail, he showed up at my house. So I had to go back to the station and made a report. They locked him up. And he was remanded to prison for that. Then he was released, and then it started all over again.
Right.
So he was not remanded or locked up for the posting, because he was granted bail. He was locked up for still coming at my house and threatening me.
For probably
like
breaching protection or restraining orders that are extant.
Yes. So there were many other reports that had to be made after that, and that was not dealing with it was
with
still
the posting of your nudes, but the
Yeah.
stalking and the following you and the besetting.
and it was still cybercrime, but it fell under the protection order.
Yeah.
So I had another number of police that was helping me. This was like the second or third offense. I cannot remember all of their name, but that was from Providence Station and Diamond Station and stuff like that. So at some point I got fed up, because we had matters after matters after matters in court, and he was not letting up. So eventually I got tired, and I just I let it be.
Right.
So what is already in court, we will deal with that. But
So
for the
what's
rest,
in court?
illegal acquisition of data using a computer system to intimidate. Oh my God!
That's
intimidate
several
and harass
sections
and-
under the
yes.
Cybercrime Act.
Yes, and
Well,
then
I'm
there
very
was
glad about
breaching
that.
of protection order
Yeah.
as well.
But this is why, and I hope the police and the courts are hearing, it's really important that these systems function, because she's been in court since when?
Since last year.
Since last year. And we know defendants have rights and they must be given a chance to defend themselves and be heard and all of that. But it's important that the police and the court system functions for people like Lenise. It's really hugely important, not only for her, but for the people who will come after her. If we don't have successes in enforcing the law, then what is the point of the law? And so in the government, we pass the law. In the National Assembly, what we hope is that these various institutions will enforce the law, will interpret it, will apply it. And so I'm very glad that you're in court. What are you doing now? Are you settled a little bit more?
Yes, I'm a bit more settled. I graduated, I think it was like 2 weeks ago. I think the 18th of March from Carnegie.
Oh, beautiful.
Yes. So I still want to go back and do a few more courses, probably in the cooking department.
Great.
So I am a bit more settled. I'm still trying to pick up the pieces, I should say, because it's not going to happen overnight. I still get my moments that I break down and I'm completely depressed because, like I mentioned, even though we are in court, he would leave court and post and harass. March 21, he messaged me from the fake Telegram account, and he was like, he's going to kill me, and then he was posting on Telegram still, and I just ignored it. Because at that point, I just ignored it.
Yeah.
So
you've gotten some of your life back.
Some, I would say some.
Yeah, but we need some closure in this. Yes. In this matter. It's very disturbing that is he charming and because he might have done this to other people.
He have.
Yeah.
He have to his previous exes. So when I found the memory card, I forgot to mention that I noticed he had, I don't know if to say that's psychopathic behavior, but he had screenshots from when his other exes would have put out there that he posted their nudes and stuff like that. He screenshotted them and had them there in his stored on the memory card.
Right.
Like, why would you save? And I even saw one of the videos that screenshots from the video that he would have posted with his ex back in 2016. But I think nothing came out of that because the Cybercrime Act wasn't in force until 2018.
And what was his parents and his family's reaction?
Well, his parents are full enablers. His mom told me that if I did not take the memory card, we would not have been here. So all I had to do was give back her son the memory card with my photos and the sexual videos that I did not consent to, and forget about it. So it was all my fault. Biggest supporters.
And his friends?
I don't know much of his friends, but they're supporting him too.
Right. Well, I'm very glad that we had this conversation. I'm very sorry that this happened to you. And, well, you know by now that you have a friend in us. Yeah. This is not something we want to leave you to deal with alone.
Thank you.
So thank you very much for speaking to us.
And thank you for having me. Yeah. Thank you.
So that was a lot, and it was heavy. And, I definitely commend her bravery, because there are a lot of women who are suffering with the same thing silently. And, to know that this is someone that she once loved could turn back around and do this to her was extremely heart-rendering.
Yeah.
It was. And her story just serves as a reminder to anybody out there. It could be, it's not a pleasant experience at all, very unpleasant. But the thing about it is that you can survive this, you will survive this, and there are systems in place to deal with whomever would have violated your body like that by sharing your nudes and whatever to other people. So I just want to say, don't give up, keep your chins high, and deal with it, sis, head on.
Yeah. It's the same here. If I would say don't share your nudes, but if you have shared them and some jerk reshared them, that's not the end of the world. That is not the end of the world. You get 2 days to mourn that betrayal, because that's what it was. And to lock yourself away and cry and be upset and then get up and get back out. Because that was not your fault. That was not you doing something to yourself. And don't let anyone put you in a corner, in a box, or lock you away because of their criminal, illegal activities. Even if you don't want to go to court and you don't want to take police action, that's fine. We've seen across the world some of what's happening. And that comes from the introduction of the ease with which people can share material. So that's beautiful by itself, but it has drawbacks also. And it will happen to other people. So if that happens to you, well, we'd say, first of all, try to put yourself in a position where no one has access to your photographs and can hurt you like that. But if for whatever reason you get hurt, do not crumble up and curl up and lock yourself away and don't want to see the world and don't trust yourself and don't open yourself to love again. Live your life, because live your life. It will go away. And live it in a way that sees the best version of you every day.
Health, development, education, law enforcement, policies, human rights, children, abuse, gender equality, race, religion, politics, government, sex, legal, justice, democracy.
Because
Every issue is a woman's issue.
a person commits an offense if the person intentionally captures, stores in, publishes, or transmits through a computer system the image of the private area of another person without that other person's consent. Computer system in this case relates to phone, tablet, device, gaming system, anything that is operated by a computer system, which are all those things. You could get jailed for up to 8 years and a fine for up to $8 million. It's serious stuff.